You've probably heard the phrase, politics is a game. Now think about the last time you watched a baseball game. Were you glued to the screen until the very end because you were deeply invested in the outcome of the game? Or did you switch to another channel or start browsing your phone because the game was boring and you weren't emotionally engaged? Most of us would find it hard to sit through a sports game that lacked excitement. That lack of excitement would also apply to many other aspects of our lives. We love entertainment, and we love drama. We love stories with conflict. And so naturally we've come to expect elements of these things in our news too. And then there are times when things happen that genuinely evoke emotion in us. These could be personal losses, political scandals, or even natural disasters. In these moments, we want to talk about what happened, to process our feelings and our experiences with others. Again, this is a natural human response. But lately, it seems as though the line between emotional engagement and genuine emotional response has become increasingly blurred. And this phenomenon is especially pronounced in the context of politics. Today, many politicians use anger and fear as a way to rally support and advance their careers. Think of any divisive political figure you can name and ask yourself whether their rise in popularity would have been possible without stirring up negative emotions in their followers. This tendency to capitalize on our emotions isn't new, but the tools to do it are. Consider a statement like 99% of the population is against you, or the other party wants to destroy the country. Now imagine that this message is delivered via a charismatic leader on a grand scale. How do you think that would go over with voters? Would they be inclined to believe it? Would they pass it along to friends and family? Probably. And that's exactly what populist leaders are banking on. Now let's look at the same statement, but delivered by a different kind of politician. Imagine that this politician says something like, "While I do and agree with everything this candidate has said, we do share a common goal of improving the lives of everyday Americans, and I believe that together we can achieve that goal." How do you think that would go over with voters? No. Would they be inclined to believe it? Would they pass it along to friends and family? Probably not. And that's exactly what more traditional politicians are banking on. Now, both of these statements are equally true, but they produce vastly different results. Why? Well, for one thing, people like to categorize others. It's an easy way to make sense of a complex world. So when a politician tells us that 99% of people are against us, we tend to think, wait, who are these people? What makes them so bad? And once we've categorized them as the bad guys, it's much easier to justify doing whatever it takes to beat them. Populist leaders know this, and that's why they're willing to use inflammatory language. They know that it will help them rally support. In today's world, there's no shortage of ways to evoke emotion. Social media is particularly good at this. Studies show that outrage and anger are two of the most common emotions expressed online, and that's not surprising. After all, social media is often used to vent frustrations and air grievances. But this creates a problem when elected officials start to use social media to amplify these kinds of messages. Suddenly, anger and fear are no longer confined to the virtual world. They're bleeding into our politics. So what can we do about it? Well, for starters, we can try to be more aware of the tactics that populist leaders use to stir up emotion. Once we know what to look out for, we're less likely to fall prey to it. We can also try to engage with people who hold different political views than our own. If we can find common ground, then we're less likely to see them as the other, and less likely to buy into the idea that they're out to get us. Finally, we can support media outlets that are committed to providing accurate, unbiased reporting. When we know that the information we're getting is reliable, we're better able to resist the temptation to believe everything we see online. In short, the antidote to political manipulation is knowledge. The more we know, the less likely we are to be manipulated. So let's make sure we're all up to date on current events and that we're supporting fact-based journalism. Our democracy depends on it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with all of our videos. Thank you for watching.